All right, so you want to make killer riffs in Logic? Let's get into it. Okay, so step one is you need a rhythm. I'm of the belief that rhythm comes first, notes come second. The notes will be a natural extrapolation of a good rhythm. So here we have the rhythm. I call this the rhythm because it's the most ubiquitous classic rhythm you ever heard. You've already heard it a million times. You'll recognize it as soon as you hear it right now. That's it. It's 2 bars and it repeats. See, you've already heard it. You recognize it. Okay, so what's it about? It's got these 4 dotted quarter notes. Now, before you click off because I confused you, get ready to finally understand what dotted quarter notes are. So dotted quarter notes are just 3/8 notes. See where my mouse is? This is 1/8 note. This is 2/8 notes. That's 3/8 notes. So this one kick drum represents 3/8 notes, which is equivalent to a dotted quarter note. So this rhythm consists of 4 dotted quarter notes and 2 quarter notes. So this is our essential ubiquitous rhythm that we're going to stick with in all of these videos. Subvert it, invert it, revert it, you'll see. But in this video, we're going to make a bass line with it using this specific configuration of it. Okay, so step 2 is going to be finding myself an instrument that plays bass type things. I think this is going to be found in the synthesizer section under bass. I've got all these choices. I'm just going to go with heavy sub bass, just basic. Any of these are going to be fine, but let's just go with the old heavy sub bass here. All right, so now that we have our instrument, let's add some notes to that rhythm. So here's a really like almost comically subversive way to start is I'm just going to go ahead and copy and paste that bass rhythm, that kick drum rhythm over to here, right? So here I'm just going to paste it. Didn't even show up on the right note. Gonna adjust that to this note, a D, just because the Beat Machine synth is to a D. So if you want to learn about beat machines, go back to the last video. But anyway, now that we have the bass in that 4 dotted quarter note pattern, I just need to add the last 2, right? Because it's 4 dotted quarter notes, 2 quarter notes, right? That's what we got over here. But this is the thing, we want to change the notes a little bit. So how do we do that? Well, the way that I think about it is I'm trying to put these notes in a sequence that sounds like a natural extrapolation of the kick drum rhythm, okay? So if our kick drum rhythm is dot, 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 what does that naturally sound like? I kind of hear some like up, down type stuff, right? Really just approximating basic, pitch movement, right? So it's like ding gong, ding gong, ding gong, right? So what is that? What could that be? That could be a million things. I'm just going to go over with this, right? Look how easy and basic this choice is. It's just, I'm going from D to C, right? A whole step down. It fits the rhythm that I want, but I think I'm going to need something interesting over here that's maybe not that. So what about putting 2 eighth notes here where the kick drum is playing that 1 quarter note, maybe something like this, just you see what that, these are shapes, okay? This is geometry. Keep following my videos and I'll explain how melodic geometry works. But right here we have some melodic geometry. Let's listen to how this sounds. Pretty sick. Like honestly, like right out of the gate, I love the sound of all that. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to copy and paste this because might as well repeat, get some more mileage out of this. And just to show you how, everything is about kind of copying and pasting and then finding variations. So let's go over here at the end of this second, performance of the bass line. And maybe let's come up with a variation. What could be a nice variation? How about I just changed 1 note and I just changed that note to the same note that comes earlier. So there's like some precedent for it, right? Like literally, right? So now it's like, okay, let's put these together. It's perfect, right? Call and response basics. So step 3 is it's bringing it to life. Okay, so What do I mean by bringing to life? I mean you're going to bring more rhythmic intensity. That's what I mean by bring it to life. So there's a few ways you can do this, right? So one thing I could do would just be to do this, right? You see what I'm doing? I'm just adding the missing 2 eighth notes here, right? That's all I'm doing. So that's simple. Let's listen to that and let's see if that scratches the itch. You know what? It almost does, right? That almost scratches the itch. But I have a better solution for scratching that itch, okay? So that's what we're going to just do right now is step 3, all under the bring this to life umbrella. So this is where I get into plugins, okay? Plugins, okay? So here we go. I've got my bass track here. I'm going to add this plugin, step effects, okay? Get ready. This is one of my favorites because it allows me to get that rhythmic intensity that I'm talking about. So here, look at these step effects. This is the rhythm. Now, what is the rate of this rhythm right now? It's 16th notes. So this represents 16 16th notes. But if I've got the 16th notes from the beat machine, maybe I want the 8th notes from the step effects. Does that make sense, right? You get more subdivisions. That's saturating the mix. That's giving you a big juicy mix, right? So what I can do is I can switch the rate from 16th to 8th, right? 1/8, right? So now that I've got this at 8th notes and we remember our basic rhythm, which was 4 groupings of 3/8 notes, we can organize this right here. So look, this is already almost that, right? So this is 3/8 notes, 3/8 notes. Oh, that's only 2. So I can change that, right? Literally, look how intuitive this is. I'm clicking, right? I'm clicking where I want that to be. So I've got now 3 groupings of 3/8 notes, but I need 4 groupings of 3/8 notes. There we go, right? And to finish it off, I just need 2 groupings of 2/8 notes, right? So look that's my exact rhythm. Now this is going to reinforce that bass line. This is gonna be sick. Watch this, this is gonna be sick. Pumping those numbers, right? You see what I'm saying? So now I'm gonna do just finish that part up, right? And also do that, right? Get the full length of everything. Now this is a fat groove. Get that pumping bass. But I will show you that if you wanted to just leave it on the 16th, that sounds amazing too. That's another great effect. So I just have it at 16th note. Now you got a bit of a microcosm going on here. And we'll talk about these complex rhythmic philosophical issues in future videos. But now listen. Absolute devastation. Oh man, you just want to listen to that on loop forever. All right, so that's the video on creating killer riffs, okay? Just scratching the surface on this one, kid. Follow, subscribe, become educated, okay? See you next time, kid.
What else? You hang around Judas, I suggest you find some better friends. I'm rocking suede boomers, gum flavors peppermint, neck looking like a cash settlement. Exhaling to the point some studios need a shelter belt. Graphics like that at Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3. Beat ghost deep with the steez, Darth Vader with a gap. Women no liquor sipping methadone, dream dope prohibited weapons. Dangerous. And yo, stop burglarizing beats, lyrics, or your skull will hit the coral reef quick. About to get into some deep shit, drastic. From the cradle to the casket, prawns and Sean Dawn, smoking gas with the match lit. Idealistic views can't compromise your judgment effectively.